Good morning, 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 good morning. Hope that you all are well. Having technical difficulties this morning. Welcome to Big Frank in the morning. We have some challenges this morning, so I'm a little bit delayed, but I can't afford to do the full hour show. So we're getting ready to dive into this content. How y'all feeling? How y'all moving? I don't know if you guys are aware, but there apparently with Geico, there's been 2,000 layoffs. If you are been laid off, I'm praying for your peace. I'm praying for God's direction, and I'm praying for new doors and new opportunities for you. But listen, do me a favor, share the broadcast. I'm getting ready to get into this conversation because I'm just gonna be honest with you all. We've been talking about how it's been rough, how it's been challenging, how it's been difficult, how there's been some things happening. But I realized that the desire to want to quit is not something that is abnormal. Wanting to give up, wanting to throw in the towel is not, they be like, oh my God, just keep pushing and keep persevering. But what I found out, and this hit me this morning, as I was making my way in, and I was supposed to have some guests on to talk about domestic violence and talk about the event that was happening on Saturday. But unfortunately, there were some changes this morning. But um, I woke up this morning and it's like, dang, I just can we be honest? This is what I do. I really want to. Throw in the towel. Why do it? Why work so hard to make something happen just to find myself in places like frustrated? But what it is the desire to quit or to run away or to throw in the towel is an indicator that there are some changes you need to make concerning your life. There are some adjustments. I hear you, God. I thank you that you have to make concerning you, and until you make them mentally, until you put that value on yourself, you will continue to have the same cycle of frustration, disappointment, failure, and the desire to quit. What happens is, it's not just the fact that it is overwhelming or the fact that it might be too much on the line or too much on the table. The truth of the matter is that you've been instructed to do some things that you haven't done, and you keep falling to the same old things, which is yielding you now frustration, aggravation. It's the same cycle. It's the same concept. It's the same things happening over and over and over. And I don't know who I'm talking to already. And we keep trying to change locations without changing the way that we think about the situation. The Bible says that so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the frustration or the aggravation or these things that you're feeling, I'm not going to tell you that they're not valid. I'm not going to tell you that they're not real. What I'm going to tell you is that you have to be willing to make those tough decisions. You can get tired of this soapbox that I'm on, but there's some decisions that you have to make that are going to frustrate people. They're going to be disappointed. They're not going to always get it. But unless you're making those decisions, you will continue this cycle of seasonal, I want to quit. And let's talk about it. For some of us, it is a seasonal, I want to quit. I want to throw in the towel. And I get it. Certain circumstances require a change. Sometimes you got to quit people. Sometimes you got to quit some things. But sometimes you got to just change the way that you're handling things. Like, all right, so let me go ahead and be transparent. The last minute executions have to change. Yes, things happen. Yes, they turn out all right, but you have to preparation, preparing, making a plan, having an outline or idea of where you're going, and being able to readjust it on the fly is the asset. This is spam calling today. And what it is like God is like, yo, good morning. good morning, sugar. Hey baby, how you doing? And what's happening is I get it. Like, yo, can I just I'm just gonna be honest because that's all I can be now. I don't I told I'm just an open conversation. My wife said, put your business out there, but I talked to my landlord and I said, you know what I have a habit of doing? I have a habit. I told my wife I lied. Number one, let me call out my liars in the room. Okay, I told my wife that I lie so much, and not like just being deceptive and evil lying, but it's a lying because I'll rather give you what I think you want to hear than giving you the truth of really what it is, and then I set up a false expectation of you from me that it's not going to happen. But it's because I don't want to hear the disappointment in the moment. I don't want to see the pain in the moment. How many of us are, and maybe you're not, maybe it's just me, are responding to things based off projecting what they want to hear. And it's like, no, that's not how you're going to navigate and succeed. And because you've projected these false notions, you're now setting yourself up for failure. No, you don't want to quit. Quitting is an indicator that something has to change. That the fact, I want to give up, I want to quit, is an indicator that something has to give. And my question is to self-evaluate on this good old Friday. Are you willing to make those changes that's required without quitting? Get out of that. I know it's Friday, a little bit behind schedule today. But are you willing to make those adjustments? Because if you're not willing, okay. God needs a willing vessel. Why a willing vessel? Because you'll do what's required to make things, you do what's required to make things happen. But if you're not willing to change and you're not willing to accept the fact that something different has to happen, watch this. I'm gonna say this. It's not enough. I'm gonna say this. To be able to identify the need to change. It is not enough to be able to declare exactly what element has to change. It is the factor of, are you willing to do what it takes for that transition? Are you willing to do what it takes for that evolvement? Are you willing to do what it takes to get to the next phase? Are you really fed up with where you are? Not because it's hard or it's difficult or you keep hitting the same wall, the same cycle, because that's insanity, doing the same thing the same way, expecting a different result. But what happens when he tells you to go look again, go look at God? I keep going back to the place. He says, what happening is, I'm waiting for your mind to change. I'm waiting for your thought process about yourself, who you are, what you have going on. I'm waiting for that to change. I'm waiting for you to tap into the value and the worth and the element of who I called you to be. But what happens is you keep trying, you keep putting yourself out here for other people. And God says, I'm trying to change you. No, you don't really want to quit. You want to make a change. Let me calm down in my spirit. You want to change. You want something to flip. And for some people, yeah, that's quitting a job. For some others, that's making a decision to handle your responsibilities different. And I'm not sure are you ready for that? We always tend to talk about cutting people off. That's a step. But it doesn't make sense to cut people off than to go out and get the same kind of people to reconnect. Oh, I'm going to say that again. It makes no sense to have a season to cut people off, and then when you reconnect with new people, they carry the same characteristics of those who you had before. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself. It is time to make the change. It is time to evolve. It is time not to quit, but to make the required adjustments for your success. Some of y'all mad because y'all keep trying to, we said this on Wednesday, speak big visions to small people. And I'm not saying that some people can't tap into it, but some people are not tapped into it. They're not tapped into it. They're not, I'm going to say it again. They are not tapped into it. And because they're not tapped into it, They keep trying, you keep trying to convince them, you're finding yourself frustrated. You know what? I was getting ready to say, find some people that believe in you. They don't even have to believe in you. Let them believe in the vision. But some of us haven't communicated efficiently the vision so that they can come and support like they want to, because you are in the mode, I'm ready to quit and I want to give up and I'm not throwing the towel. This is too much. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's hard, but it's a change that God is trying to make happen in your life that you are resistant to. The phone line is open. Feel free to call in and tap in. Ricardo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Blessings, good morning. Big Frank, Fire 716 Radio. I appreciate it, King. But for real, because we keep talking about we want to quit or we want to throw in the towel and it's too much. The question is, how are you handling what's in front of you? How, the best way I can. I understood. But then my question is, this is when you're not gonna like me. What are we doing to evolve in the situation that we're trying to handle? Your surroundings can very much be the problem, but to get up and move and still attract the same type of surroundings isn't the answer. Now, there is a time where you can quit and give up and move, but you're quitting to advance. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say that again. You're not quitting to quit, you're quitting to advance. But some of us are throwing in the towel here and we're not trying to advance. We just want it to be easier. We just want it to be a little bit lighter. We just don't want to deal with these problems that come. But the text talks about where much is given, much is required. Where much is given, much is required. And guess what? There's a requirement that comes along with where you're trying to go. Let's just talk real. There is a requirement to the place that you want to get to. And guess what? It's work. Rihanna said, work, 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 work. It's work. It's faith. It's work. And today I'm not here to down you, disappoint you, to make you feel bad. I'm just here to give you a reality check. Yeah, you want to quit. But guess what? You can't. Guess what? You can't. Why can't you quit? Because you haven't applied the changes. I almost walked away from the microphone. You can't quit because you haven't applied the changes. That's it. That's the show. You keep operating in this moment like you did 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 year ago, and years ago. You keep operating in this moment like you did 5 years ago, and it's not it. You're in a new place, requires a new type of execution, and you have to be intentional. So I'm in a business class, and in the business class, we had to do a practice pitch, and I can wing a thing. I'm good at winging it, but I had to create a slideshow presentation, had to get my script together. And you know what I had to do? I had to study it. I had to reread it. I had to practice it. I had to execute it. And it wasn't always well. It didn't flow like I wanted it to. But on the day of having to execute, oh, Frank, you did a great job. You so these things and light adjustments. But what you're saying, Frank, what I'm saying is you got to put in work to make your presentation be what it's supposed to be. You got to put in work to make the changes and adjustments that's required for your life. And you may not want to hear this morning. This may not be the message you want to pull into. Maybe you want some drama and some content, some things. Guess what? You got to make some adjustments. Let's bring in some information. So, for those who don't know, Teyana Taylor is getting separating from Iman, I believe his name is. And so there's a quit there. There's an adjustment there, but there's been infidelity there. There's been a challenge there. And I'm not telling you that everybody has to fight through those situations, but guess what? If you're going to quit, you have to make some adjustments. You have to make some changes. how is it? Let's be practical, right? You're 35 years old, and when something doesn't go your way, you are throwing a temper tantrum as if you were 4 or 5, right? Not only that, you're crying and somebody gives you a bottle, you would be looked at crazy as a 35-year-old being treated and dealt with as an infant. So why do we think that we can respond and do things in our advancement in maturity um as we did as immature? You just can't. It's time to grow up. It's time to make some tough decisions. It's time to make some hard adjustments. Life is hitting. Life is here. Life is coming blow by blow, hit by hit. But guess what? You're designed not just to suffer, but you're designed to change. If you know that the same thing keeps hitting you on the right, get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Listen, I got a quick commercial break. Don't go too far. Going down on tonight. I say again, it's going down tonight, y'all. Spooky game night. It's gonna be crazy. Be right back. Big Frank, I'm here. Let's go. It's doing what it want to do. Help us, Jehovah. I just want So if you got time tonight, come out to Spooky Game Night tonight. It's just fun. You got a little spider web, a little bit of fog, just a little theme situation. But it's game night tonight. We're doing culture karaoke. We have some other games. I'm not gonna tell you out loud because they crazy, they good. And we got some hanging. We got some stuff. Come out tonight, 3019 Niagara Street. $15 at the door. We got some food. We got some treats. We got some juice. We got some stuff happening. So just pull up, be here. But today's conversation is really talking about your quit is just an indicator of a required change that has to happen. Take off these limiting minds, this limiting concept. Take it off. Take off the fact that you feel like you cannot when you can. Don't let disappointment or a failed attempt have you so downtrodden. It's gonna be all right. It's going to be okay. But you got to make changes. That means you got to take risk. Oh, y'all like that word. I know. You got to take risk. It's that time. Listen, I'm gonna end this show early because I got some things I gotta do. Like I told you, I did start late, but I want this brief moment. This brief moment that I'm talking to you with. I did a brief today. I know it's brief today. But I'm preparing for spooky night, and we got some things happening. But you cannot quit. It is just an indicator of a required change. It is just letting you know that there are some things that I told you to do that you need to execute before you decide to quit. I'm gonna say that again. There are some things that you've been instructed to do that you have not done. Therefore, you cannot quit. You haven't exhausted your resources. You haven't exhausted my plan for your life, says the Lord. You keep looking at your struggle. You keep looking at your challenge. You keep looking at the difficulty. You keep looking at the money. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But you can't quit because God has told you to do some things. He's giving you instructions. He's giving you the prophets. He's giving you ideas. And what happened? We delay. We hesitate. We second guess. And we talk ourselves out of the miracle, the blessing, and the asset he's trying to bring to our lives. You don't really want to quit. It's just an indicator that you got to change. Listen, it's your boy Big Frank. It was a short show this morning. Pray my strength, pray my wife's strength. We are en route to a place. I say this all the time, but I'm in this I See Success business course, and I'm learning how to pivot in business. I'm learning how to make these turns and these changes in business that I didn't know before. And because I'm in the process of learning that, it impedes upon the execution of trying to make the business do what I wanted to do, but it's worth it. What you saying, Frank? Make the adjustments, make the change. You are designed to excel. You are designed to live well. We got quite a few things happening on this weekend. On tonight, tap into Spooky Friday. Spooky Friday. A spooky game night going down tonight at 6 o'clock at 3019 Niagara Street in the city of Niagara Falls, New York. They also have at the Aquarium in Niagara Falls, New York, they have the Halloween or Harvest on the Commons. So they got candy at the Aquarium, and that begins at 5:30. But it's 5:30 to 7:30. It is a free event. Get out there, be present. Make sure you got tapped in as well, and then you can go there first thing, then come to game night. And the game night is 18 and up. We're gonna have a good time, have a fun time, and we're gonna rock out. So make sure you guys tap in. Also, we have the Noah's Red Carpet Affair happening at Antonio's on Saturday, and there's a domestic violence event taking place Saturday as well. I'll have more information posted on my page in regards to the domestic violence location and information, as well as the Noah's Project. Listen, y'all be blessed. Y'all be encouraged. I keep hearing movie night. I keep hearing movie night in my spirit. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done, and we're gonna make it happen. Movie night at Hanley Holding Studio. Probably next Friday. I'll holler at y'all. Peace, love, soul. It's Big Frank. Listen, if you like what you're hearing, you like what you got going on, definitely make sure you guys hit the Cash App, Fire 716 Radio. All donations is going to the building to make sure that we can remain open and keep executing and begin to elevate to the next phase. It's your boy Big Frank, y'all. I'll holler at y'all. Man, good morning. Have a great day. God got you because he got me, and he has us right here with Big Frank, Hanley Holding Studios, Hanley Holding LLC. Peace, love, and soul.